Hey, welcome back, Beach Church. How are y'all doing today? I'm coming to y'all today. We're going to be talking about Ezekiel 19 through 21. Or specifically, we're going to be talking about Ezekiel 19. The reading today, though, is 19 through 21. So, in Ezekiel 19, we see it is a song of lament, or I guess a verse of lament. We see something we see very frequently with the Israelites. We see a statement made about the strength that Israel had, that Israel was like a cub brought up by its mother to be a fierce lion, that it became a eater of men, tearing their flesh, right? We see that Israel was made to be one of the most powerful nations, actually made to be the most powerful nation amongst many very powerful nations at the time. And we see that Israel was given a land of milk and honey, a land that God sought out himself for them, right? They were made to prosper. But then, as Israel many times does, they turned from the Lord. And we see this song of lament. It is a cry of sorrow over Israel, because Israel turned from the Lord. And where Israel once was a lion, it fell into a pit. Where Israel once was planted by streams and bore much fruit, it had been taken into captivity and planted in the desert. What we see in Ezekiel 19 is a poetic telling of the things, the ups and the downs of Israel, and how they turned their back on the Lord and had fallen into what you would consider, I guess, kind of a state of disrepair, right? And the Lord intended to prosper those who sought him, even through this. But at this point, Israel was in captivity, right? Israel was no longer the powerful lion, the man-eater. What we see here is a reflection of what happens when we turn our back from the Lord. You see, when we continue to be faithful, when we continue to seek after the Lord and his favor, we find ourselves like a tree planted by still waters, right? Refreshed by the presence of the Lord. But we also see that when we decide that we don't want to stay in the presence of the Lord, right? That when we decide we don't want to stay in his still waters, that we don't want to receive nutrition from him, right? That we don't want to have the protection that the Lord offers. When we think we can do things on our own, we find ourselves many times feeling worn out, right? Find ourselves going down paths that don't lead us into fruitfulness, into good places, but in fact do the opposite. That's not to say that the Lord wants us to experience that, but it is simply the byproduct of being away from the still waters, right? That we stop producing fruit. We stop being powerful in the places we go. I pray that if you take anything from the lament of Israel, right, that it be that the Lord is our strength. That if we rely on Him, no matter how great the enemy around us, that our God is greater. That no matter how tumultuous the storms may be, that if we're planted by His refreshing waters, that we will stand. Thank y'all. I pray that y'all have a blessed day today and a blessed week. Stay planted by His still waters. Allow Him to bear fruit in your life. Allow the Lord to be the one that strengthens you and lifts you up amongst your enemies. Hey, y'all have a blessed day.